Head coach Kelly Sheffield is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
First of all, our thoughts with the people at Ohio State, and about this week. We're excited about the opportunity of being able to host and bring in three really good teams that had really good years. We open up with Howard. We're just starting to study them, but it's a team that's leading the nation in opponents' hitting percentage. So, I think their teams are hitting about a $120 against them. So it's proven to be a team that's very difficult to score against. A very, very balanced Marquette team who we saw this past spring, and we know how talented they are, and a Washington State team who is third in the country in blocks per set. And so teams that are very stingy defensively that are coming in here, and hopefully we can pack the field house, and fans are as loud as they've been all year and help us along the way.
How does Howard's defense make it so difficult?
Just watching them, I think they've got a very good setter. They run a nice tempo offense. Very block that they're not big, but they're quick. They have four hands up on about every ball. They're balanced in the backcourt defensively, and they pursue. They play hard. You can tell when you're watching them. It's a team that's got a lot of confidence, and they play hard. They remind me a lot of my Albany teams, except probably a little bit quicker than the teams I had there at Albany. But I'm seeing great efforts, and I see very good systems.
Being a national seed, you have the opportunity to host all the way until the Final Four. I assume you have to like that, especially playing at the Fieldhouse, and how big of an advantage does that give you if you get that far? Yeah,
I mean, it's certainly getting one of the top four seeds was one of many goals that we had this year. And so to get the 3 seed is pretty cool. But, on the other hand, if you don't survive that first weekend, that seed doesn't really mean anything. It's but it was a goal of ours. We certainly want to play as many matches in front of our crowd as possible. I just think it's one of the best in our sport. But the way that we're certainly approaching it is a 4-team tournament that we've got this weekend, and let's go play a team that won a conference championship, and we play well and fortunate enough to advance, and we've got 2 pretty tough guys following right up there. But you're asking about the seed. That was a goal, and the team was certainly, if you've seen the video of their reaction last night, it was pretty cool. They were excited about it, and they're excited about playing. It's I think this time of the year it's the best time of the year, and I think our players are excited about playing.
You have been bashing against the Big Ten teams that know you and you know them. I think it's somebody entirely different, and a chance, if you get beyond that, 50-50 the next day, another team that you might not know anything about or have any familiarity. What is it like at this point to have totally new opponents?
Yeah, it's you're diving into things a lot deeper right now because you don't know names, you don't know jerseys, you don't know their years, and so there's the players in the big, you're around, you see them for 2, 3, 4 years, and you got a pretty good handle, and you've got a folder of information on each player, and you just kind of continue to add to it. But you're kind of starting from scratch, and that's what's cool about the tournament. You've got teams from different parts of the country. I mean, you got Howard from one end, and you've got Washington State from the other end. It's big schools and smaller schools, and the Big Ten has been a grind, and that's not to say the NCAA tournament's not going to be, because it's going to be a beast as well. But it's the excitement of the unknown, I think, is another element of fun.
I know Saturday night is in the rearview mirror, but you were in position. It was a huge match, and you were in position after 3, dominated the third. And then was it just Minnesota going nuts, Sarah, Wilhite? Or was there an area where you didn't step up the way you needed to?
Game 3, those things just happen. I mean, we got on a roll, and I think sometimes, it's like things, everything that you touch is just golden there for a little bit. And so for about 15, 20 minutes or so, that was certainly the case for us. But over the course of 2 hours, things tend to balance out and people tend to get to where they are. In the fourth, I thought we started out, and it's again 2 teams that were playing really, really well. We got stuck in a rotation, and they kind of stretched it out a little bit in the fourth. But we had an opportunity. We were right there in the fourth. We did make a couple of plays at a couple key moments. They did. In the fifth, they made a couple of adjustments and got out, I think, on a 4-1 lead, and they just kind of took off. Yeah, I was proud of the way that we played. I thought we played well for most of the part. We've closed the gap. I think people have seen how much we've improved since the previous time that we played them. That's what I told the team is that now it's about how much more can we improve with however much time that we have here together. But it's we didn't want that. It was an opportunity in front of us. I thought both teams were playing really, really hard, but one of the things we talked about afterwards is I'm not even going to give you the night to get rid of this match. By the time we get on the plane, that match has to be forgotten. We got much bigger things in front of us. A week earlier, we didn't even think we were going to be in a situation where we could possibly win a Big Ten title. But, it wasn't like that we choked it away or anything, or we didn't play well. We played well against a very good opponent that hasn't lost to their home court in 2 years. And, when 2 teams are really close together, some of those errors can just seem like they're magnified, but it's just, or you sit there and you say, man, you didn't do that in another match. Well, maybe you're not playing the level of competition that's able to expose it the way Minnesota was. I thought it was 2 teams that were playing awfully, awfully hard, that were battling. Both teams were resilient, and they ended up getting us in the fifth.
Kelly, do you have a championship quality defense?
A month ago, I would say not even close. The last 2-3 weeks, I'd say we absolutely are. I think we're playing as well, and our high end is better than any team that we've had since we've been here. I think it's just coming together. I think we've got to stretch it out. We've got to be a little bit more consistent than what we've been. But I think anybody that's been watching us has seen this team is a totally different place than what we were midway through the Big Ten season. And so, hopefully we still have a few more weeks together or whatever it is, and that progress continues to show. But I think defensively we're starting to turn into a pretty nasty bunch.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Kelly.